I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, October the 27th, 2015. A man who was critically injured in a terror attack that took place on a bus in Jerusalem 2 weeks ago has died. 76-year-old Richard Lakin, an American who had made Aliyah to Israel 32 years ago, was on a bus in Jerusalem's East Talpiot neighborhood on October the 13th when it was attacked by 2 Palestinian terrorists. Lakin was shot and stabbed in the attack. He had undergone several surgeries at Hadassah Hospital and had stabilized, but his condition worsened over the last few days, and he died yesterday. Before moving to Israel, Lakin had been active in the civil rights movement in the U.S., marching with Dr. Martin Luther King. Once arriving in Israel, he continued to fight against hate and racism and for coexistence. Israel police prevented several potentially deadly attacks today. In Jerusalem's Old City, police became suspicious of 2 Palestinian teenagers who were standing watching pedestrians. Police questioned the 16 and 17-year-old and then searched them, finding a box cutter and an axe in their possession, and they were arrested. Earlier today, police arrested another Palestinian teen who was acting suspiciously in the Old City. He was found to have a ruler that had been sharpened into the shape of a knife. And in the West Bank, police arrested 2 Palestinian women who were found to be carrying knives with them near the tomb of the patriarchs in Hebron. A rocket was fired at southern Israel from Gaza yesterday evening. It landed in an open area in the Sha'ar HaNegev Regional Council. There was no damage or injury reported. Israel's Air Force responded, striking 2 Hamas terror targets overnight. IDF spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Peter Lerner said the intolerable reality of civilians continually living under the threat of Gaza rockets is unacceptable, unbearable, and must stop. Lerner said Hamas was responsible for any rocket fire emanating from Gaza as they rule the Strip, and that they must either enforce that among the various groups there or face the consequences. A leader of the Islamic Movement was sentenced to serve 11 months in jail for incitement to violence and racism. The Jerusalem District Court sentenced Sheikh Raed Salah, who heads the northern branch of the Islamic Movement, rejecting an appeal filed on his behalf for the second time. Associate Dean and founding director of the Simon Wiesenthal Center, Rabbi Rabbi Cooper, met with officials at Facebook to address concerns over incitement to terror posted on the social networking site. The center said they discussed the steps being taken by Facebook to remove and block materials inciting violence and hate against the Jewish people. Thousands of postings have already been taken down. The Anti-Defamation League, together with the Archdiocese of New York, hosted the Vatican's ambassador to the United Nations and interfaith leaders and experts last week, part of an event commemorating the 50th anniversary of Nostra Aetate, the landmark document which transformed the Church's relations to the Jewish people. The event took place at the 92nd Street Y and was moderated by ADL Director of Interfaith Affairs, Rabbi David Fox Sandmel, who said the very fact that leaders of the Jewish and Catholic communities came together to discuss the past, present, and future of Jewish-Catholic relations shows the significant progress we have made in the realm of interfaith relations. Bnefesh is looking for nominations for the 2016 Bonei Tzion Prize. The organization that helps Jews from English-speaking countries make Aliyah to Israel is looking to recognize outstanding Olim who have, quote, proved to embody the spirit of modern-day Zionism by making a major impact on the developing state of Israel. There are 6 categories, including community and nonprofit, culture, sports and arts, education, entrepreneurship and technology, science and medicine, and IDF and national service. Nominations should be sent to boneitzion.org.il/nominate by December the 31st. Winners of the $10,000 prizes will be announced in the spring. American actor Morgan Freeman is in Israel this week. The Oscar winner is filming a new documentary for National Geographic called The Story of God. Freeman's visit included a stop at Jerusalem's Western Wall, where he posed with Rabbi of the Wall, Shmuel Rabinowitz. And Oscar winner Sean Penn is heading to Israel for the first time. Penn will be a guest of the Israeli humanitarian organization IsraAid to take part in a conference on the rebuilding of Haiti following the devastating earthquake that hit the country in 2010. And looking now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, October the 27th. At 7 o'clock, U.S. Ambassador Dennis Ross talks about the Iran deal. At 8 o'clock, Israel's former ambassador to the U.S., Michael Oren, discusses the history, strengths, and challenges of the unparalleled U.S.-Israel alliance. That's a program from the UJA-JCC of Greenwich and the Israel Project from Carmel Academy in Greenwich. And then at 9, Mark Golub sits down with Oren on L'chaim. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, New York Times best-selling author and columnist Edwin Black discusses Israel and international law. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, October the 27th, 2015. I'm Teisha Bader.